What's up, everyone? All right, so today is my 15th consecutive green day. It's the 10th day of January, and I'm up $6,272. Sounds pretty good, right? Well, today I actually made about $14,000 of profit, and I had about $8,000 in losses. So, I'm sitting here at the end of the day feeling like, man, I gave back a little more than half of my profits today. I was too aggressive. I flew a little too close to the sun. I had a little FOMO from yesterday. Obviously, MBOT made a crazy move from $4 all the way up to $12. Today, I jumped in and rode the momentum, went up to a high of 19, but even today, I just didn't trade it right. Really disappointed overall with how I traded this stock over the last 2 days. But I found some momentum in a couple other places, and those gave me my big gains today. So, all's well that ends well. I'm gonna finish the day green, which is great. Finish the day with more than I started with in both my main account and my IRA. My IRA is gonna be up closer to $41,000 tomorrow. The goal was to get to $50,000 by the end of the month, and we've still got 2 weeks. So the account is up almost 100% already this year in 2 weeks of trading. So I'm on a little bit of a hot streak, about $37,000 or so in the last 15 days. So I am feeling good about that, and I just want to keep it going. I think we're going to be in for a little bit of a hot market here with these big moves that we've seen in the last couple days. So make sure you're really focused on A-quality setups, and you're focused on getting the best entry point. It's the price that you get in at that really, from that point, sets the tone of the trade. You're either in too high and you're chasing it and you're emotional, or you got a good entry point and you can let the trade work. All right, so we're gonna go over all the trades today. As usual, any questions, any comments, leave them below, and I'll come back and answer them later this afternoon. All right, see you guys first thing tomorrow morning. All right, everyone. So we're going to do our midday market recap here. We're going to go over the trades from today. This has been a pretty crazy day. We just have seen some wild action. I'm going to finish the morning up $6,272. I'm going to put it in my calendar. $72 and what is it? 15 cents. So this is my 15th consecutive green day. We are on a little bit of a hot streak here. And, overall, this has been a terrific day. However, it wasn't the easiest day for me. So I'm going to put my P&L up here where you guys can see it. I traded in both my main account and my IRA account. Made $2,600 in the IRA. $2,600 in the main account, and $3,600 in the IRA, but you'll see I've got a $3,000 loss here in the IRA, and I've got a $2,000 loss here in the main account. I actually, in total today, have about a little over $8,000 in losers. But, obviously, I guess I have, $14,000 in winners, and so the net profit is or 12,000 in winners, or whatever it is. I've got a net profit of $6,000. So, green is good, but this was not the easiest way to get it, and I was feeling a little bit frustrated to have a couple of really good size losses there. That's really not something that I like to have happen. I actually had my biggest loss today of the year with a $5,000 loss on MBOT. Ended up making most of it back, but to have a loss that big is a little disappointing. However, it's what comes with the territory. When you get aggressive as I did today, it's going to happen. So $14,000 in total winners, $8,000 in total losers, puts me up $6,000 on the day. I'm walking away with more money than I started this morning, and so that's certainly good, but it was not as clean as it could have been. So let's break down how today, everything that happened today. So we're going to start by looking at the gap scanner, as always. So this is our scanner that we use to search the entire stock market for the stocks that are going to open up more than 5%. It's unusual for a stock to open up more than 5%. There's only going to be a small handful of stocks that are going to open up more than 5% each day. And when you think about it, even in the entire market, if you put your money into mutual funds, your goal would be to make 7% in an entire year. So for the market to gap up 5%, that would be very uncommon. For individual stock to gap up 5% is uncommon. And so this is the list as you can see it today. You know, maybe like 40 stocks in total out of 10,000 plus. So our leading gapper this morning was KTOV. And you'll see that I did trade that and I lost $233 on it. Well, it's currently at $2.47, but when I traded it pre-market, I was watching it right during this consolidation. The pre-market high was $1.78, and I was looking for it to break that level. So I jumped in on that first red candle. It hit $1.82, and I actually ended up getting filled at $1.81. So you'll see here, I'll go all the way back up. I was in at $1.81 and $1.82 with 9,000 shares, and I stopped out at $1.78. So I lost $233 on that trade, out at 78, out the rest at 79. It didn't give me that quick move up to $1.90 or $2 that I was hoping for. So stopped out and, whatever, 233 bucks. Now, we had a couple others on watch on the scanner. You can see ADIL was the second leading gapper, gapping up 27%. And remember, these stocks, KTOV, for the most part, they're opening higher and continuing higher because they have news. Now, this one did a little bit of a false start. You know, it popped up, pulled back, and now, it's getting a little more action. 27 million shares of volume. I consider maybe going back into it, but it's at a price range where it's not, it's a little bit more difficult to trade. I'll talk about MBOT from yesterday. That one may be a little easier, but we can keep this on watch even through the afternoon for those of you that are still trading. But ADIL was also on the scanners pre-market, and this one has just sold off. So it's just been fading, no follow through there, so no trades. I'm going to turn off a couple of the. Well, actually, I'll turn this back on for 1 second. Yesterday we had MBOT. All right, so MBOT yesterday made this crazy big move. I've got an indicator on this chart right now called TAS Market Profile Indicators. And what this does is it basically is kind of like a red light, green light. When the candles are green, you want to be holding. When they're red, you want to be not holding if you're a long bias trader. So on this, I use this sometimes for stocks that are more trending, stocks that are doing this slow grind, because trying to scalp them doesn't work as well. If you can just kind of get in and hold for a longer period of time, you usually do better. And so you can see the stock was at $4, ended up hitting a high of almost $12 after hours, 400% move, a really, really big move. Ends up pulling back a little bit. And then this morning, going from 11 all the way up, look at this, to $19. Despite all that, I actually am down $2,000 on it in my main account, and I'm down in my IRA, or I'm up in my IRA 1,700 bucks on it. So this one I was definitely watching this morning. I was expecting that it would be maybe continue to be volatile. I wasn't sure exactly how it would behave, but I was definitely keeping on close watch. The bell rings and it pops up right here. And this was my first entry at 11:20. So I'm in this one at, let's see, 11:20 and 11:30, 4,500 shares right there. And from there, as you can see, it went up to a high of $19. So great early entry right there, scalping the move up here to 14. It drops down. I'm out, taking my profit. I get back in for the break over 14, scalping it up through 15 here. So my two entries were here and here. These were really solid entries, and that's where I made my 1,700 bucks. In my main account, I decided to jump in it for the break over 18. Let's see, which was, let me just pull this back. Oops. Right here. All right, so it ends up hitting 18, pulling back, and I got in right here with 6,000 shares. Let me scroll down. So I'm in that with 6,000 shares. Where was it? Time of day. Okay, in 6,000 shares at 1785 and 1780, and the next minute it drops to 1611. I was down $9,000 like that. I got way too aggressive. I took way too much size. I thought I would just scalp this up through 1820, 1850. It dropped all the way down. It came back up to 17, and I stopped out with a $5,500 loss. That hurt. That was not fun at all. That was the worst trade I've had of the year, the worst trade I've had in quite some time, actually. But I got back in it right here. This was where I got back in. Very clean setup, as you can see. Got back in at 1755 in this account. In its, let's see, where was this? Hang on. I've got to adjust these windows for a second. This was, where was this trade? Okay, that was, now I'm confused. This was my first trade. I guess that was a second small trade, whatever. Okay, this was this was the last one. In at 1745, 1750, 63, and 85, and selling as it broke over 18 right here. It ended up hitting a high of 19, and I sold way too soon. But that got me back $3,500. So instead of being down 5,500, I'm down 2,000 on that trade. So got a little bit of profit coming back up there. That was probably the best trade of the day, and I sold it a little too soon. But in any case, you know, that was on MBOT. Made this huge move, but you know, I got a little too aggressive, and that cost me a lot, and I just wasn't able to make it all back. That was a big loss per share, which was really kind of disappointing. So, you know, this is the thing. When you have a stock that's this volatile, it's often the case that you try to step up to the plate, you try to be aggressive, and you know, on this one, I just got a really bad entry, and it just dropped really fast. And this is something that I, you know, often struggle with stocks of this price range. When they're above $10, I just underestimate how much they can drop when they go the wrong way. It's no longer a 20, 30 cent stop. It's a 60, 70, 90, $1.50 stop. I mean, these can just be so volatile, and that was pretty disappointing. But so that was, you know, total on MBOT. I'm actually down about $300, and it's because I got a little too aggressive at the wrong spot, which was disappointing. So this, however, is important because this stock created a lot of emotion in the market. A lot of people really excited because $4 to $20 in 2 days is a really big move. And yesterday we saw BioC catching a little sympathy on that move as it squeezed from $1.20 all the way up to $3. This was a really big move right here. I'm gonna turn these indicators back off for a second. So click that off and turn that off. I'll leave the lines on there. All right, so this was a really big move yesterday. Today, it gave us a little bit of continuation, as you can see, from 2 to 260. I took a scalp on it and made $1,500. So, you know, a little scalp on BioC, nothing to be really that excited about. This was sort of a consolidation, broke out of that level, did a 1 minute pullback here from 40, went up to a high of 55. So this was the area where I was scalping it and, you know, did okay on it. It pulls back, comes back up, consolidation, hasn't made new highs, and then it ended up breaking down right in this area and fading. So a trade on BioC there, that was good. Back over here, so I had BioC, I had MBOT, SFET. This one was on the watch list for a gap and go. I did take a trade on this one. I'll turn this off as well for right now. I jumped in this for the break over 350. We got that break, squeezed up to a high of 370, right in there, $600 of profit. Didn't hold the level, it came back down. This one was also on our gap scanner pre-market. So that's SFET, BioC, and MBOT, and KTOV. And then we had BSQR. This one, I took a trade on It was called out in the room. It had popped up here to 220 and then started to squeeze up. I got in it at $2.50. Actually, 257 was my average. I hit a high of 285 and then came all the way back down. So another one that I was a little aggressive on and got stopped out on. Lost 3 grand there. So, you know, I've got a couple trades today where today felt like the day to step up and swing for the fences. And you know what? It worked on ADIL. I've got $4,600 in this account, and I've got $3,000 right there. So $7,500 on ADIL. This one was a daily breakout. You can see this daily breakout here. It hit the scanners, it had news, and I jumped in real quick. This was a 5-minute flag pattern. It starts squeezing up right here, and I'm jumping in at 8:30, 8:20, 8:30. It squeezes up to a high of 883. It comes out of the halt. It opens higher. I add right around 9:20, 9:30. Hits a high of 944, and that's where I'm taking my profit right up there. So, you know, this was a full dollar per share, just about from 820 up to 940. This is what I was thinking, you know, might have happened on MBOT as it broke through 18, you know, that we would get this big squeeze, you know, right up here. We ended up getting a little false breakout. I was wrong on that one, but I was right on ADIL. And the fact is today, I think was the right day to step up to the plate. We were seeing so much volatility that if there was ever a day to be a little more aggressive, today was it. And, you know, I did okay. You know, $6,200 is, you know, it's not bad. That's a green day. My IRA is getting a little bigger. Remember, I had a goal of getting this account to $50,000 by the end of the month. I started the month with $29,000 in this account. So, you know, the goal to get to 50,000 is almost doubling the account. I'm going to be pretty close. We've still got 2 weeks left, two weeks and 2 days left in the month. So I shouldn't have a problem getting this over $50,000. Only going to be about 9,000 away after today. My main account, you know, goal was really just on this to keep growing it. Didn't really have any strong dollar amount. I've got 54,000 in there now. Tomorrow I'll have 56,000, 57,000. You know, making progress there. That's fine. Nothing I'm really too stressed about. But, you know, definitely an interesting day. And yesterday I was feeling a bit of FOMO. I didn't make as much as I wanted to. And I definitely bounced back today. Could this have been a $10,000 day? It could have been, you know, and that's the thing that's a little bit of a bummer is that, you know, I'm just a little shy of hitting those $10,000 days. The last one was, I guess, probably in December. So let's see. In my challenge to turn $583 into $1 million, I am currently sitting, let's see. For the month of January, I've got about $25,000 of profit, which is good. And I've got $860,000 in total profits from the $583 account. So $139,000 standing between me and the $1 million mark. We're getting closer. I can see the line, you know, the finish line in the distance. It's not too far away. I'm 86% of the way there. I've got, you know, another 140,000 to go. It's probably going to take me, I mean, it's hard to say because in January of last year, I made 120,000 bucks. So if I end up having a really, really good, you know, a good month, in 4 weeks, I could cross over that line. But if market slows down, then, you know, it may end up carrying into February or March or whatever. So that's fine. Ultimately, it's just an arbitrary line. There's no question about whether or not you can take $583 and turn it into $1 million. It's just a matter of how long it's going to take you. You know, that's the only question. And for me, I'm at 2 years in the journey right now. I started January 1st, 2017. So it'll be 2 years and maybe, you know, 2 months or 3 months or something like that. So, but yeah, that's just kind of the thing I'm doing right now, working on growing this account, getting over that finish line. That'll be a big milestone and something I've been thinking about a lot. So anyways, this week, I'm going to host a workshop on Thursday. I've got, as many of you guys know, Inner Circle one-on-one mentor sessions that I've been doing pretty much every day these last few weeks. January 1st this year, we revamped the Inner Circle. So Inner Circle now at Warrior Trading gives you full access to the Warrior Pro class, and it gives you one-on-one mentor sessions with me, with Mike, with any of our other traders here in the community, the instructors. So we're going to bring on a group of students to work with us this year. The seats are going to be pretty limited because there's only so many hours in a day that I can do one-on-one sessions, but that's fine for students that want that and want to be able to have that one-on-one time, that FaceTime. We're making it happen. So at the workshop on Thursday, I'm going to be inviting students to join us for 2019's Inner Circle. So you guys are welcome to register. We'll also have a special for the Warrior Pro course for those that aren't in a place to join the Inner Circle, and that's fine too. So make sure you guys register for the workshop this coming Thursday if you're not already a Warrior Pro or Inner Circle student. For those of you guys that are current Warrior Pro students, we do have a special upgrade to upgrade to the Inner Circle, and you can email us and we can give you that info about it. All right, so anyways, I'm going to put this registration link here in the chat room. Those of you guys on Facebook or watching on YouTube, you'll see it in the description. And we'll be back at it first thing tomorrow morning. Try to have another green day. The market's pretty hot right now. 15-day hot streak. And in the last 15 days, let's see how much I've made. Since my last red day, it looks like I have made about $37,000. So let's do the math. 37,000 divided by 15 is going to put me, right around my daily average, $2,400 a day, which is good. I'm happy with that. So far this year, with $25,000 in profits, and this being, I think it's the 10th trading day, yeah, I'm averaging $2,500 a day. Last year, I averaged $2,058 per day, which was pretty good. So I'm a little above the average. That's nice to see, but it's still early in the marathon. So anyways, that's it for me. I'm going to switch gears here. I've got my first mentor session at noontime, so I'm going to get ready for that, and I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning. Those of you guys who trade in the afternoon, make sure you manage your risk so you don't give back your morning profit. You just add a little icing to the cake. All right, I'll see you guys all first thing tomorrow morning.
If you're still watching, you must have really enjoyed that video. So why not subscribe and get email alerts anytime I upload new content? Remember, when you subscribe, you become a member of the Warrior Trading family.